UFC Fight Night, Houston. Sean Strickland versus Anthony Hernandez just wrapped up. And boy, this card got good, especially towards the end. And I'm just going to break down what happened in the main event. Sean Strickland puts a beating on Anthony Hernandez and shows levels to the game. Sean Strickland actually made it look pretty easy. Now, there were times where Sean Strickland got hurt. In the first round, he got dropped down to one knee. I might need to look back at that. It looked like he kind of was knocked off balance, but even if so, Anthony Hernandez was landing great, solid shots on Sean Strickland. But overall, Sean Strickland did exactly what he does every single time throughout that first and second round. Just teep, leg kick, jab. But the jab was the story. The jab worked wonders for Sean. And I might need to stop putting so much disrespect on Sean, because a solid jab, solid basic striking can get you very, very far. Sean Strickland is great defensively. He's great on the jab. And he drowned out Fluffy. The finishing sequence was they were close up in the middle of the octagon. Sean hit him with a good knee. Immediately Fluffy hunched over, went to go grab his stomach. Then he backed towards the cage, and then from there, Sean Strickland could sense it, and he started teeing off. He smelled blood in the water, and just started raining down punches on Anthony Hernandez. And it was like 3 uppercuts and a solid right hand that just made Anthony Hernandez fall down. And Sean Strickland landed some ground and pound, which solidified the victory for him. This was a great win from Sean Strickland. Anthony Hernandez is no joke at all. We've seen that in his last few fights. He's been doing very, very well against Roman Dolidze, Michel Pereira, Roman Kopylov, these other guys. And Sean Strickland made it look seemingly easy. I feel like he should be right there near title contention. I wouldn't mind him getting the shot because I don't know who else is there for Chimaev. Like Imavov? I don't know. Or maybe run Sean and Imavov again. Regardless, great performance from Sean Strickland. Really showed, like, this was a amazing Sean Strickland performance as of recent time. Yeah, amazing performance from Sean Strickland. Really got it done and put an emphasis on his performance. To the co-main event. Oh my god. Uros Medic put Jeff Neal 6 feet under. I mean, insane flatline KO. It caught me off guard so badly because the angle that the camera was at the time, the way that it happened, they were just trading punches up close, and Jesus, man, they started swinging wildly, and just while they were up close, Uros, while breaking apart from the clinch, or like close up phone booth fighting, he lands a perfect like left hook along the temple of Jeff Neal, and he sends him down, flatline, KO'd, exactly how he was with like Prates. And I worry for Jeff Neal's chin. Keep in mind, this was a powerful punch that was delivered on the temple, like exactly where like the off switch is. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Regardless, Uros Medic delivers an exciting flatline KO on Jeff Neal and delivers a great speech. Wants to fight in Serbia, and who did he call out? He made a good call out to someone. Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, he called out Leon Edwards. He called out Leon Edwards. which I think is actually a approachable matchup for him. But obviously Leon's tricky. Like, he's a great striker and stuff as well. But this for sure earned him a 100K bonus, 100%. This was a great KO and exciting performance from Uros Medic. I look forward to seeing him fight. Next, Malik Wazel Costa versus Dan 50K Ige. I knew I was going to look like a complete buffoon picking Dan Ige, but in my defense, Dan Ige has been one of the toughest ranked contenders in the featherweight division for a very long time. He's given tough outs to a lot of people, a lot of tough outs. But Malik Wazel Costa, in the very last seconds of round number 1, spinning back kick Danny Gase in the face, sends him down. Danny Gase immediately covers up and grimaces on his face as Malik Wazel Costa goes to reigning ground and pound. The ground and pound didn't really land on that well, but the reaction from Danny Gase and the blow itself, it made the ref step in. Man, a thunderous finish from Malik Wazel Costa. I was a little skeptical of picking him because of the idea that he's just a guy that's breaking into the rankings off of a great dynamic finish. Head kick over Morgan Charrier. But damn, he does it again. He's a really good striker. Really crispy. Danny Gay was just a little too small and right in the right place for that spinning back kick, right to the face. And this was another great finish. These last 3 fights of the card, amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. We don't usually see that where the card is top heavy in terms of performances. But this one was just another great, great performance, man. Malik Wazel Costa, man, like, I don't remember the last time I saw a spinning back kick finish like that. Like, sure, John Jones spinning back kicks a 42-year-old retired firefighter Stipe, and he quits. But Malik Wazel Costa fucking spinning back kicked him right in the face and took him out of there. Great finish from the Dalmatian, and I want to see him fight again. And he called out Diego Lopez, which I know would be an amazing fight. But maybe he should fight Arnold Allen. That would be a banger too. Then, Sergey Spivak versus Ante Delija. Sergey Spivak. Fraud checking. No, but Sergey Spivak really showed crafty boxing throughout this fight and outstruck Ante Delija 100% of the time. Not 100%. Ante Delija, I'm pretty sure, did take a round off of Sergey. But overall, this was a great performance from Sergey. He found a lot better timing, and he was agile in the exchanges with Ante Delija. Ante Delija was just having trouble connecting on Sergey at times, in my opinion, throughout these exchanges. And there's not much to really say. The Polar Bear had a crafty performance and really brought it to Ante Delija. So yeah, good performance from Sergey Spivak. Then Jacob Smith KOs the Muscle Hamster. Man, this kind of saddened me. So, as soon as this fight started, and I saw very quickly, Jacob Smith was a lot more physically imposing and a lot more powerful and stronger than Josiah Harrell. Throughout this fight he was like tossing him like with body locks and like just easily throwing him around at times. It just looked easy for him. And there was a point in a scramble where Josiah Harrell, the muscle hamster, was on top, but in the scramble, Jacob Smith ends up on top in half guard. He pins his arm down in like a sort of crucifix position. He immediately goes to punches and elbows, and within like 2-3 punches and elbows, Josiah Harrell's out cold, snoring on the ground, and the ref is just looking at Jacoby Smith rain down like 3-4 unanswered ground and pound elbows on Josiah Harrell's unconscious body. And once when he does go to step in and like tries to get Jacoby Smith off of him, Jacoby Smith is raining down like 2 more unanswered ground and pound shots as the ref is like in his face trying to stop it, and the ref has to like push him off of Josiah Harrell's body. It was a devastating knockout, ground and pound knockout for Jacoby Smith, but come on, have a little bit more self-control. You're a fighter, and I get it. It's not going to be the nicest sport, but like, show some fucking mercy at times, you know? But regardless, it was an amazing performance from Jacoby Smith. But at the same time, I'm not sure how much I rate this win. Josiah Harrell didn't look that good. But maybe Jacoby Smith was just that physically imposing. It just looked like a difference between the physicality of the two. Like Jacoby Smith, when he was hitting Josiah Harrell, the impact was a little bit different. But Jacoby Smith, great finish. Then to Zach Reese versus Michel Pereira. I mean, who saw this coming? It going to decision and Michel Pereira winning. Who saw that happening? These two, I mean, they both didn't look good, if I'm going to be honest. Like, Zachary Reese early on was trying to invest into the body shots, and although they worked on some level, he also himself didn't have the best cardio. I saw Zach Reese also slowing down tremendously throughout the second and third. But Michel Pereira, he was just landing more and like more devastating shots, like the better stuff. I don't know. I could have seen this go either way, to be honest. I'm not going to say it's a robbery or anything, but I know that this was a very, very close fight, and that the difference between one winning one round and one winning the other, it was a very small margin. And I mean, it was the fight of the two cans at middleweight, and Michel Pereira is just the better can. They were going for some dynamic stuff, like flying knees all over the place. Zach Reese was trying to hit him with flying knees. Michel Pereira was trying to get him right back with a flying knee straight after. At the very end of the first round, I think it was, Michel Pereira throws a rolling thunder at Zach Reese. So there were some goofy and fun moments. They really did try to go for the flying knees, especially Zach Reese. But it was pretty fun at times. But, I mean, they're both cans. Good win from Michel Pereira, I guess. Then Chidi Njokuani versus Carlos Leal. Carlos Leal, I mean, Luis J. Gomez is a really good fighter, and he really pushes a pace. throughout this entire fight, he was very aggressive, and he was high output, swinging really heavily, and he kept swinging really heavily throughout this entire fight. Chidi Njokuani weirdly was just throwing kicks so much of the time. 124 total strikes from Chidi Njokuani. I guarantee like 90 of those strikes were like kicks. He was landing so much kicks on Carlos Leal, and it seemed like he was a really crispy striker, but like Carlos Leal just kept teeing off on him in so much different moments where he would go like body shot, headshot, and then like swing hooks at his head. And like Carlos Leal was just super high output, and he had a lot of thud on his punches. So I think that was a difference maker. Just a lot of thud and a lot of output, a lot more aggressive, and he just worked for this fight more. Chidi Njokuani, on the other hand, was so much of the time on the back foot, throwing kicks, and when he did let his hands go, he would connect pretty well, but the amount of times that he was throwing his hands compared to his kicks were few and far between. Like, Chidi Njokuani, I feel like if he used his hands, he could have had a genuine shot at this fight, and like could have beaten Carlos Leal. But to be fair, like Carlos Leal was mincing up his body and head with those combinations. He was constantly ripping a left hook to the body and then right hook up top, and it was paying dividends for him in this fight. Really good performance from Carlos Leal, and this was a really fun fight. Like, in my opinion, this was a really eventful fight. Like, these guys were really swinging at times and really putting a performance on for us. So, I'm not too mad at either of them, really. Good win from Carlos Leal, and if you're Chidi Njokuani, you gotta polish some stuff up, but it was decent. Good scrap, though. Ode Osborne versus Alibi Idris. Alibi Idris just schools Ode Osborne. There were times where Ode Osborne was getting in the better of the strikes, but overall, Ode Osborne was like just accepting bottom position so much, and like just getting taken down and controlled so much. And that didn't help, along with the striking being very competitive. There were times where it just would hit him with a good head kick and stuff, but there wasn't too much going on the feet. Idris was completely pushing the pace, though. He was really taking an aggressive and frantic approach to fighting Ode Osborne. But it was a decent scrap, I guess. Yeah. Regardless, decent win from Idris. Alden Correa versus Luis Garul. I believe this is the fight that I first started watching. And Correa just kind of schooled Garul. I don't even think there's too much behind it, to be honest. Yeah, Correa won. Soriano won. Jean-Paul Lebos Noyani won. And Jordan Levitt was like smacking Del Valle's ass. And apparently this was a boring fight. Also, something to mention is Michel Pereira got like faked 3 fouls. It was insane. Let me just say, that first groin shot was not a groin shot at all. No way that was a groin shot, unless Michel Pereira is a different human being to us regular men. Like, he got kicked in like the mid-thigh. and he called that a nut shot. I get the cup could have been like messed with that kick or something, but dude, after that, another nut shot that could have been fake. Like it might have skimmed his cup, and like it mostly landed on the waist, and then he got eye poked, but I didn't see like actual fingers go in the eye or like graze his eye. I saw Zach Reese's hands like this on like palming his face. But at the same time, all of those fouls could have definitely happened, and Michel Pereira could have been deserving of those timeouts. But in total, he took like 4 minutes throughout the entire fight to rest in like 1.5 minute increments. So, yeah, that's just something I had to add because I forgot to mention that. But overall, I mean, this fight card it was pretty good, especially towards the end. Especially towards the end, it was amazing. But, yeah, great card. I can't wait to see what happens with these fighters. And lots of new stuff announced. Tatsuto Taira is going to verse Joshua Van. I think Taira wins that. I think he probably submits Van. Moicano is going to be versing Chris Duncan. I think Chris Duncan wins that. I'm scared for Moicano, but at the same time, it could work for Moicano. He beat Benoit, which I think is better than like a better version of Chris Duncan. But I don't know, man. There's a lot of exciting stuff coming up. Joaquin Buckley's going to be versing Sean Brady. I don't know who I'm going to pick in that fight. But for right now, we got blessed with a good ending of this fight night card. And yeah,